This here is also that material. So you get all that glowing in the dark effect, particularly when it was new. They give you a little chant, Pax Sax Sarex Hula Noa Nostra. And you would say that before doing things. You close your eyes and hold this, and then you watch all those things happen. So you can get specific information by using it like a Ouija board, which is here. You also can get the cards here, which is tarot cards, as I mentioned, and there's an astrological aspect to it. So it's pretty cool. It's a fairly large item here, even though really, if you have room, it's very attractive. In terms of the fact if you could leave something out like this, it's pretty cool. So it goes into how to use all that stuff. And of course, this is 1967, did I say? It shows you the cards that you're supposed to have. Here's the bottom, here's the astrological, here's the cards. There's 21 cards, so I'd have to go through and find out which one I'm missing. There's a bunch of astrology information for each sign here, but this was printed poorly, and the print came through the other side, and it's difficult to read it here. You can read it, but that's kind of a screw-up here, and particularly when they started using darker inks on the other side. Here, it talks about the different astral influences for each sign, worst traits, best traits, lucky days, etc., compatible with other signs. They do have a replacement, I guess, tarot decks for 50 cents. Send it to Eaton. Here's a little order form at the bottom. I guess people frequently would lose cards or what happens. And let's show this yet again here. Put it up like this. Quite cool. Very, very cool, very interesting. I mean, these kind of vintage items are just so neat. These, again, pop up from time and again. Watch for links below. We have lots of modern tools. We have lots of vintage tools. We have links to our website. If this is available somewhere, we may have a link underneath this actual video that tells you to go there where you can actually purchase it. But being vintage, we have no idea what the costs are, when these things become available, if this is something you're interested in. But what a cool, unusual design. I've never seen anything like this before, where you're using a ball and balancing to create this kind of Ouija board effect, where you actually have a board like this and you're spinning that ball around it. Quite interesting that something like that would, that somebody would think of something like that. And of course, combining all three of these things is pretty imaginative as well. So it would be something that very ingenious, and I've never seen anything like this again. I don't think I've seen anything that works like this with a ball. And I'm assuming this is some sort of concept. I'm trying to remember who used this in general as a kind of toy or something that a ball would run around on. But what a cool idea to have this and set it up this way, have a cool dragon in it with this and everything else. And it's generally made very well, even though obviously it's plastic. So it is quite the cool item here. But you definitely would have to, I guess you could use this alone by just holding one side and balancing the ball and letting it go where it wants to. So you could use this as an individual divination thing. You don't necessarily have to have somebody else holding it. It's kind of like a Ouija board. You don't need two people with Ouija boards. All you need is one person, and just let the energy flow and let the planchette take you to the words and the message you want to get. So I guess you could use this alone. Here's the astrology stuff again. Super cool. I mean, certainly the mold on here, somebody did a nice job at putting all this information in there. And it must have been fun when it actually glowed in the dark. It may still glow in the dark, I don't know. I'm going to leave it out and see if it does. The eye is a nice touch because it really makes this thing stand out instead of just having a flat board. Even with the rolling of the ball, having an eye on here is quite fun. Drop the ball there. So it gives it another dimension, just like putting a dragon there, because as far as I understand, dragons are not something that go with Kabbalah in any way that I'm familiar with, but it's trying to give you that medieval effect. Oh, wait a minute, what did I find here? That little error? We found the other card. Hookah gooka goo. So we have a complete card deck here. I have every single card, one that was just stuck together there. And we'll go around here again now. So this is a complete set. And as I said, you can get these. Some are complete, some are not. Some don't have cards. Some just have the board. You don't necessarily need cards. You could just use it with the feature of the letters and so forth, or you could even substitute your own little cards there with writing meanings on them, because it's the use of the ball that spins around that where you get it. And here again is the cool. You get that pyramid, the sun, the moon. You've got some stars on here. Not sure what the rest of that was. And there's that cool dragon face again. And here's the cool eye. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't. And as I said, check our different links for availability of this and other items. Lots more to come. Hope you enjoyed it.